Hello, what's your name?
Christo Grosev.
And what is your connection to Navalny?
I kind of investigated and cracked the case of who tried to poison him, and then broke the news to him that I found his poisoner, and it was a pretty intense conversation.
That would be intense. Are you like a journalist, or why were you investigating?
Investigative journalist. We track mostly government crime, and this is one of the investigations that helped. Well, actually, a lot of our previous investigations led to this one, and we found out that not only Alexei Navalny, but a whole group of Russian opposition thinkers have been poisoned by the government. But he was the first one that we were able to prove and directly link to the Russian government.
So he didn't even know you were investigating at the time. Like you were you went into it on your own. And you're like, hey, by the way,
Well,
that
because
wasn't food poisoning.
because we had previous high-profile investigations, he kind of expected that we would crack the case.
Right.
So it was almost like we've been waiting for you, Christo.
Oh my, you're like a real life, superhero movie kind of guy.
Sherlock Holmes, maybe.
Yeah, I was trying to think of it, or the Daniel Craig character now. Or something.
Yeah, well, I would like that. Yes.
That's pretty cool. Is it are you now sort of famous because of the movie? So is it harder to crack cases now that you're not anonymous? Or?
Well, I mean, it is both easier and harder because a lot of people start leaking information and become whistleblowers now that I'm a bit more in the public eye. But of course, my name is toxic for the Russian government and for other governments, so people are afraid to associate with me. So it's a bit of both.
And where do you live?
I'll be here for a while.
Oh, in America, that's probably safe for you.
Safer, absolutely.
Wow.
But originally from Austria, or I live in Austria.
That's where Arnold Schwarzenegger's from.
That is true. And we have higher mountains than you do here.
Wow, it's a bit of a male contest here. Well, I'm from Canada. We have big mountains too.
You do.
Yeah, I don't Utah, whatever. It's tiny, or as Arnold says, it's little girly mountains.
Exactly.
Is that a good Austrian accent? I don't know. So that's great. And what has changed since this movie? Was the film festival favorite a year ago, and it's even more relevant now, I guess. Or?
Well, it is because it's kind of a warning about the war that was pending at the time, and unfortunately, the rest of the world didn't take the threat from Moscow seriously enough, and that led to Putin really believing that everybody's going to be allowing him to do anything he wants. Yeah. And if the rest of the world had actually taken a more firm stance on what happened to Navalny, this might have been a lesson for Putin, but nobody did. And nobody investigated this crime. Not a single government investigated the poisoning.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, is there anybody else who does this kind of thing that you do, or did you invent this?
No, it's a group of international sort of freelance and volunteer investigators called Bellingcat, and we do that, and we have about 30 people that do this.
Is this something that you founded or that you joined that was already existing?
I joined early on, and it was founded by a British bloke called Elliot Higgins, a great guy.
You broke Christo for 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
You'll get him back in 2 minutes.
That's fine. I mean, this is your James Bond guy. It's very impressive.
Thank you.